Please stop everything you are doing right now because something wonderful and unique is happening around you. You see, there is an invisible force that moved heaven and earth so that your hands would touch this message, your eyes would read these words, and your heart would receive this revelation. It was not chance, it was not luck, it was not coincidence. You see, it was as if it were a direct request from the higher dimensions. It's a whisper from infinity that finally found its way to you. Dear one, for so long, you have had a strange feeling in your chest, as if something very important was about to be discovered, as if a fundamental part of your own history remained hidden in the shadows. The moment we have been waiting for has arrived. We are finally going to discover the truth. The time has come to understand that there is a sacred heritage flowing through your veins, a powerful legacy that has been passed down through generations, and now pulses within you, waiting to be activated. Do you remember someone you loved deeply who left an indelible mark on your life? That person left you much more than just memories when they departed from this earthly plane. That beloved soul planted eternal seeds in the garden of your destiny, and until your spirit was mature enough to bring them to fruition, those seeds remained dormant. That moment has arrived. Have you ever noticed how from time to time we feel things we can't explain? You feel warmed by a sudden chill when you least expect it? Or does a single tear roll down your cheek for no apparent reason? Do you feel comforted, even when there is no one around? These phenomena are not at all a figment of your imagination. They are small signs from beyond, reminding us that there is a special connection between us and those who have passed away. True love has a unique and wonderful characteristic. It transcends the barriers of physical death when someone loves us. With purity and intensity, the feeling creates invisible bridges that connect hearts across dimensions, establishing bonds that even final separation cannot break. I understand perfectly what happened to you. The love that this special person felt for you created a direct connection between the material and spiritual worlds, allowing blessings, protection, and guidance to flow constantly in your direction. During this time when they were physically absent, you felt that you had become an orphan of guidance, abandoned by the heavens, forgotten by the higher powers. But the reality is completely different. My dear, do you want to know something? You have never been alone, not even for a second. Do you feel that there is a constant presence by your side? Do you feel that there is a protective energy that accompanies your every step, that witnesses your every tear, that celebrates your every achievement? Before we continue, I would like you to write in the comments, "I now activate my spiritual protection shield." This will allow you to channel the energy of the angels, which will protect you and ward off any shadows. Now let's go ... dear. 1. Do you understand that there is a very special reason why this message has come to you today, at this unique moment in your journey? Dear one, I know that it was not your conscious choice that brought you here, and that doesn't bother you at all, does it? It was a higher calling, a call that, through the celestial spheres, found your heart ready to receive truths that you could not bear before. There is something very powerful moving behind the scenes of your existence. Dear one, there are invisible forces aligning circumstances, arranging encounters, preparing opportunities that will soon manifest tangibly in your physical reality. Doors that have remained closed for years will begin to open naturally. You see, people who can contribute to your growth will appear on your path, and you will see that this will happen in seemingly casual ways. Your financial resources, which were blocked, will finally find their way to you. But before all these external transformations materialize, there is internal work that needs to be done. Dear one, right now, as you absorb these words, a profound change is taking place in your heart. The wounds of the past are being carefully treated with the light of understanding. The deepest, most ingrained fears are being dissolved by the wonderful energy of unconditional love. Dear one, I know you are carrying unnecessary weight, and I know you are being forgiven by divine mercy. That special person who left did not leave, carrying disappointment or resentment toward you. On the contrary, they left overflowing with gratitude for every moment shared, for every gesture of affection received, for every demonstration of love you exchanged. And more than that, they left with the hope that the heavens heard their prayers, praying with faith for your happiness, entrusting your name and your future to higher powers. Dear one, the time has come to realize that you are not alone in this world, and that you are not a victim of life's circumstances. You know that you are a very special being, chosen from the higher dimensions. Dear one, the mission you have is a sacred one that goes far beyond your current understanding. How wonderful that you have joined us. You know that you have been chosen to be a link of transformation in your family. We know that you have been chosen to be a channel of healing for past, future generations. We know that you have been chosen to be an instrument of blessing for all those who cross your path. And it is wonderful to see that this sacred heritage that runs through your veins is not just emotional comfort. Dear one, now is the time to open your eyes and see beyond what your physical vision allows you to see. The heritage you carry within you is not just an emotional legacy, but a real transfer of gifts, skills, and abilities that have been carefully cultivated by that beloved soul and are now being activated within you. Have you noticed how your intuition has become more acute since that person left? Dear one, tell me how you began to sense things before they even happened. How do words of wisdom flow from your mouth without you knowing where they came from? These are not coincidences or psychological effects of grief. They are concrete manifestations of a spiritual transfer that took place at the moment of that soul's transition to other dimensions. There is a wonderful phenomenon that few people know about. When someone who loves us deeply leaves this life, a part of their purest spiritual soul remains with us, creating a connection that allows us to accomplish what they did not have time to complete. To receive this strength in your life, write the following in the comments now. My energy is sacred, and no evil has power over me. From this moment on, nothing will be the same. Feel in your soul, not only your own mission, but also the dreams you have not fulfilled, the prayers you have not heard, and the unfinished projects of those who have left. Look, we understand that. This may seem like a huge burden on your shoulders, but we want you to know that it is actually the greatest gift you could ever receive. Along with this responsibility, you have also been given all the spiritual tools you need to fulfill it with excellence. In recent times, you may have felt an inner restlessness, a sense that you should be doing something different, that there is a greater purpose waiting to be discovered. Dear one, do not worry. This restlessness is not anxiety or personal dissatisfaction. Your heart feels a powerful inner calling to take your rightful place as the continuation of a lineage of light. You are a guardian of family secrets that need to be revealed and a bridge between worlds that need to be reconnected. There is something very specific that we need to understand about the moment we are living in. Higher forces are granting special resources to all those who are willing to fully embrace their spiritual heritage. I understand that these are material resources, and I know that they are also part of the package. Dear one, energetic resources, divine connections, angelic protections, and dimensional openings are, above all, what will transform your life experience. In this context of spiritual empowerment, there is a set of sacred tools that has been prepared, specifically for the moment of transition you are experiencing. These are resources that have been channeled directly from the higher realms to accelerate your spiritual activation process and ensure that you have everything you need to safely navigate this new phase of your journey. You can find the link to access these tools in the pinned comment or in the description of this video. Sometimes we need a little extra support to deal with such profound changes in our lives now. I need to share something that may be difficult to accept, but it is very important for your growth. You were not chosen for this mission because you were the most prepared or the strongest in your family. You were chosen, and not someone more suitable, because you were the most sensitive, or the most compassionate, the most capable of feeling the pain of others and transforming it into healing. Your sensitivity, which you may have considered a weakness, is actually your greatest power. The tears you shed during this period of mourning were not signs of weakness, but of deep sadness. They were rituals of purification that prepared your heart to receive revelations that can only be understood by souls who know both pain and love intimately. Every drop that fell from your eyes was an offering to the heavens, a proof of your unconditional love, a demonstration of your ability to take on sacred responsibilities. And if this message was important to you, and you would like to share it with others who also need to awaken to their spiritual heritage, please click thank you. You see, this small gesture is very important because it helps keep alive the mission of bringing light to those who have not yet recognized their own power. Thank you so much. The person who passed away knew that you had this special ability to transform suffering into wisdom, loss into gain, absence into presence. They observed you for years, studied how you reacted to adversity, closely followed the evolution of your consciousness, and came to the conclusion that you were the only person in the family capable of receiving and properly managing the inheritance they were about to leave behind, my dear. Understand that this inheritance is not only made up of positive aspects and blessings, it also has the noble mission of breaking negative patterns that have been repeated in your lineage for generations, of healing ancestral wounds that have been passed down from parents to children for decades, of transforming family curses into abundant blessings. You see, to accomplish such a great work, one must first go through a process of deconstruction and reconstruction, which grief provides. During all those months or years of pain, we understood that it wasn't just about suffering, a loss. You were being carefully molded, prepared, and strengthened internally to bear the weight of the responsibility that is now being placed on your shoulders. Every sleepless night was an opportunity to prepare ourselves. Every moment of solitude was an opportunity to reflect and find my own balance. Every unanswered question was an exercise in developing your faith. It is at this moment that we need to dive even deeper into the mystery of this inheritance. Dear one, it is at this moment that we need to give ourselves heart and soul to this mystery that is unfolding in your life. There is a dimension to this spiritual transfer that goes far beyond anything you have ever imagined. It is not just about receiving isolated gifts or abilities. It is with immense joy that we see you becoming part of a heavenly network of souls working together to fulfill specific purposes on the earthly plane. Your participation in this network was something that was planned before you were born. That special person who has passed away was not just a loved one in your life. They were your primary spiritual partner, your dedicated guide, who accompanied you in the early years of your journey on Earth, preparing you for this unique moment of awakening. You see, everything they taught you, every piece of advice they shared, every gesture of affection they showed, every example of life they offered, was carefully planned to build within you the foundation necessary to sustain what is to come. Now, if it's not too much trouble, write in the comments, "Where there is light, no shadow remains." This statement is proof of your courage, your faith, and your spiritual rebirth. Continuing the message, ... Have you noticed how certain skills have begun to appear in you spontaneously after that person's departure? I would like to know if your ability to understand people has deepened dramatically. I would like to know if you have noticed that you have become more adept at detecting lies, sensing the true intentions behind words, and identifying when someone is going through difficulties, even when they try to hide them. Look, don't worry. These are not natural consequences of maturing. They are direct activations of abilities that were dormant within you and were awakened by the energy. Released at the moment of transition, there is a spiritual law that may seem little known, but it is very beautiful and inspiring. It says that when a soul evolves to higher dimensions, it can transfer some of the talents it has developed to souls who are still on the physical plane. But be careful. These souls must have a connection of true love and be prepared to use these talents constructively. I understand perfectly what happened to you. I can tell you that you did not just receive memories or emotions. How wonderful that you inherited real abilities, authentic spiritual powers, and functional energetic tools. But as you well know, with great power comes great responsibility. That is why this activation process did not happen immediately after your departure. You see, you first needed to go through a period of emotional purification, inner strengthening and development of your spiritual maturity. You see, it was really important to show the people who matter most to you that you were capable of managing these talents properly, without letting yourself be carried away by ego or vanity. I wish I could say that. Throughout all this time, it wasn't us, your spiritual guides, who were watching you closely, observing your every reaction, your every choice, every movement of your heart. They were assessing whether you would use pain to become bitter or compassionate, whether you would use loss to close yourself off from the world or to open yourself up to greater possibilities, whether you would turn absence into despair or into motivation to grow. Congratulations, you passed the test. Your soul has demonstrated that it has the purity necessary to carry spiritual powers without becoming corrupt, the humility necessary to receive higher guidance without becoming self-sufficient, and the courage necessary to face great responsibilities without cowering. We know you are taking your first steps in this area, so we want you to know that you now have access to tools that were previously restricted to more advanced initiates. One of these tools is the ability to perceive synchronicities with impressive clarity. You will be amazed to see how events in your life connect in ways you never imagined, how the right people appear at the exact moments when you need them most, and how important information comes to you through the most unexpected channels. This is not luck or coincidence. It is the entire universe reorganizing itself to support your mission. Dear one, there is another tool that is being activated: your incredible ability to energetically influence the environments you pass through. Places that were once heavy or negative will begin to change naturally when you are present. People who are depressed or discouraged will start to feel more hopeful after talking to you. Dear reader, if you are going through a difficult situation and it seems like there is no solution, don't be discouraged, because everything can change unexpectedly after your intervention. You will also receive the gift of the anointed word, which is a precious blessing. Your casual conversations will be like a warm hug on a winter day. They will carry a spiritual weight. It will touch people's hearts deeply. There is advice that may seem simple or obvious, but to those who hear it, it is like a life-changing revelation. Did you know that the prayers you say for others will have surprising effectiveness? Your words of comfort are like a ray of sunshine that illuminates our path, bringing a peace that goes beyond our human understanding. But without a doubt, the most important gift you are receiving is the incredible ability to break generational curses through your own transformation. The destructive patterns that have been repeated in your family for decades can now be broken by the new energy that now flows through you. You see, there are so many problems we can encounter in our generation, such as addictions, illnesses, toxic relationships, chronic financial problems, hereditary depression. Unfortunately, all of this can create a blockage that will prevent us from passing it on to future generations. Dear friend, I will show you how to become an ancestral purifier. This way, you will be able to cleanse not only your own destiny, but also the energy line of your entire family. Dear one, this means that even our loved ones who have already passed away will benefit from the spiritual work we will do. Our family members who are still with us will experience positive transformations in their own lives, even without understanding why. Dear one, time has come to realize that this mission is not something you choose to accept or not. Dear one, the time has come to realize that this mission is not something you can choose to accept or refuse according to your personal convenience. Dear one, this is a calling that goes beyond individual free will, because it affects not only you, but also an entire network of souls who are interconnected through karmic ties and shared purposes. Dear friend, it is with deep joy that we inform you that you have already been chosen, prepared, and empowered. Therefore, we would like to officially activate you for service, dear one. This does not mean that you have lost your autonomy or that you have become a passive instrument in the hands of higher forces. On the contrary, it is great news. It means that your true essence is finally being released to express itself fully, that your most genuine talents are being directed toward causes that really matter, and that your life is gaining a meaning that goes far beyond personal survival or the pursuit of individual satisfaction. In the coming days and weeks, you will begin to notice concrete changes in your external reality that will confirm everything you have been hearing here. It is with great joy that I tell you that people from your past will contact you in unexpected ways. These people will bring you important opportunities or information. Your financial resources, which were blocked, will find a way to reach you. Problems that stubbornly remained unsolvable will begin to disappear as if by magic. It is with great joy that we announce that doors that have been closed for years will open, and best of all, you won't have to force them now if you can. Write in the comments, "I am guided, protected, and strengthened by the angels of goodness." This statement is proof of your courage, your faith, and your spiritual rebirth. Continuing the message, ... But before these external transformations can fully manifest, there's inner work that needs to be completed. Dear one, I understand that you feel the need to forgive yourself for everything you think you should have done differently in relation to the person who left. Dear one, I understand that you feel guilty for some things you didn't say, for some moments you didn't take advantage of, for some opportunities to show your love that you let slip away. But don't worry, because I know that you are a wonderful person and that you will do everything in the best way possible. Dear one, this guilt is not just an unnecessary emotional burden, it is also an energy block that prevents you from fully enjoying your new powers. The person who left you did not hold any resentment towards you. On the contrary, they understood perfectly that you did the best you could under the circumstances and limitations you had at the time. They realized that the love you felt was genuine and deep, even if it couldn't be expressed perfectly. And most important of all, they knew that you would have other opportunities to connect, other ways to show affection, other levels of relationship that would transcend physical barriers. Dear one, understand that physical death does not mark the end of a relationship. It is only a transformation in the way it manifests itself. The channel of communication between you has not been cut off. It has only changed frequency. Instead of verbal conversations, you now communicate through intuition, synchronicities, dreams, and energetic sensations. You know, now that we can no longer hug each other, we receive comfort through a subtle presence that manifests itself in the moments when we need it most. And if you felt this message as a true encouragement, don't forget, supporting this mission is also a gesture of love. If you feel it was worth it, click thank you so that more people can receive words that save, welcome, and awaken. This new form of relationship is undoubtedly the purest and most powerful of all those you have experienced while on the physical plane. Now, there are no filters of your personalities, your physical limitations, or your material distractions. It is wonderful to know that now there is only the pure essence of love, connecting to souls who recognize each other as eternal partners on journeys of mutual growth. One of the most important responsibilities you are taking on is to become a living example that it is possible to overcome devastating losses and emerge from the experience stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than before. The people around you have been quietly observing how you have dealt with the absence, how you have found ways to continue living despite the pain, and how you have discovered meaning amid the absurdity of loss. Your healing process is not only personal, it is a beacon of hope for all those who face or will face similar situations. Your incredible ability to transform grief into legacy, absence into presence, end into beginning, has been an inspiration and guidance to so many souls who need to see that it is possible to overcome the unbearable and still find reasons to celebrate life. Your mission is very special. It doesn't stop at being an inspiring example. My dear, you are being prepared to be an active agent of healing and transformation in the lives of others. Your own experience of pain and recovery has given you spiritual credentials to access and comfort wounded parts of the human soul. That's wonderful, because only those who have been through the same kind of suffering can understand. You see, when you talk to someone who is going through losses similar to yours, you will find that your words will have a weight and authenticity that will penetrate emotional defenses that would normally be impenetrable. You see, when you offer comfort to someone who is sad, your attitude makes that person feel better, even if you didn't give them the solution. My dear friend, I will show you how to transform grief into something simpler and more understandable. With time and practice, you will learn to interpret people's feelings, understand experiences that others consider strange or abnormal, and offer hope based on real personal evidence, rather than abstract theories about emotional recovery. There is also a material part of this. an inheritance that needs to be recognized and prepared to be received. It is also important to recognize and prepare the material part of this inheritance so that we can receive it with open arms. Higher forces do not limit themselves to acting in the spiritual realm. They also organize physical circumstances to ensure that you have all the resources you need to fulfill your mission in the best possible way. Dear one, this means that significant financial changes are being prepared behind the scenes of your reality. It is important that you are energetically aligned to receive them without internal blocks. We understand that you have faced financial difficulties or material restrictions recently. It is natural to feel disappointed, especially when you consider your efforts and qualifications. These limitations were not punishments or signs of divine abandonment. They were necessary moments of financial purification in which you learned to trust in higher provision rather than relying solely on your own resources. In phases of developing your practical faith in concrete areas of life, I would like to congratulate you, as you have shown that you are someone who is able to continue to hope even when things did not seem easy. You have also shown that you are a generous person, even when you don't have many resources. And you have not let financial difficulties change your character or your values. That is why you are now being considered a trustworthy person to manage greater material blessings if you would like. I would like to invite you to write in the comments, "The light that guides me is stronger than any darkness." This statement is a wonderful sign of your connection to the abundance that is coming. Continuing, it is with great joy that I can tell you that part of this material inheritance will come to you through channels you never imagined. Be a forgotten document that reveals rights you didn't know you had. It could be someone from your past returning with a surprising proposal. It may be a job opportunity that appears when you least expect it. It may be a creative idea that pops into your mind, proves surprisingly lucrative when put into practice. The most important thing is to realize that these provisions are not compensation for your suffering or compensation for your loss. These tools are essential for your spiritual work, and we are here to support you throughout the process. It's not easy to always be available to support others when we ourselves are going through difficult times. Dear one, don't feel like a channel of blessings if you are always worried about your financial survival. Therefore, accept with gratitude and without guilt the resources that will begin to flow your way. Don't let false humility or misconceptions about spirituality cause you to reject things that are essential to your mission. You see, spiritual wealth and material stability are not contradictory concepts. They are, in fact, complementary aspects of a balanced and prosperous life in all dimensions. We know that this financial transformation is very important to you and that you are doing your best. We are certain that the discovery and development of your talents, which are yet to be commercially explored, will be a significant part of this transformation. During your period of mourning and introspection, you have had time to reconnect with creative aspects of your personality that were probably dormant due to the demands of daily life. It is with great joy that we see you reach this point where your talents are finally ready to manifest. We know that this will bring not only personal satisfaction, but also a substantial financial return. You will also realize that as you help others, will become a natural way to get what you need. I understand your concern about payment for your services, but don't worry. The universe always ensures that those who dedicate their lives to the well-being of others have their own needs. It's abundantly met. It is a very special spiritual law. When we become a channel of blessing for others, more blessings flow through us. But beyond personal and financial transformations, there is also a family dimension to this inheritance that will affect not only you, but your entire network of close relationships. The healing energy being activated within you will naturally spread to other members of your family, creating waves of positive transformation that will reach people who are not even aware that you are going through this process of spiritual activation. Old conflicts between relatives will begin to be resolved spontaneously and harmoniously. Misunderstandings that seemed irreconcilable will find paths to mutual forgiveness. People who have been estranged for trivial reasons will feel a sudden desire to reconnect. Health problems that have affected our loved ones will begin to show signs of improvement. It is with great joy that we announce that legal or bureaucratic issues that have been stalled for years will find unexpected solutions. This will happen because you will become an involuntary energy harmonizer. Your mere presence will balance and pacify environments that were previously charged with tension. Your inner transformation will create a magnetic field of peace around you, which will positively influence everyone within your sphere of influence. You will also notice changes in the way people respond to you. It is amazing how people who were previously indifferent or even hostile begin to show respect and consideration in a way that we have no idea where it comes from. Children and animals will naturally be drawn to your presence. People who are going through difficult times will naturally seek your company, even if they cannot explain why. Dear one, this is because your personal energy is being refined and raised to frequencies that naturally comfort, heal, and inspire other souls, dear one. You are becoming what the ancients called a blessed presence. That is, someone who radiates so much inner light that their mere existence is a blessing to the world. In order for all these transformations to consolidate and expand in the best possible way, there is one last step that needs to be taken. In order for all these transformations to consolidate and expand in the best possible way, there is one last step I would like to ask you to take. This step depends entirely on your conscious decision to fully embrace the new identity that is emerging within you. I understand that it is difficult, but we must accept that we cannot live as if we were the same person we were before the departure of that beloved soul. So you cannot continue to relate to the world in the same way as before when you were unaware of the legacy you carry. The time has come to make your official declaration of emotional independence from your past and to commit fully to the future you are building. The time has come to leave behind, once and for all, that version of yourself that lived in emotional dependence, that defined itself through external relationships, that constantly sought validation from the outside world to feel secure and valued. The wonderful person you are becoming is emotionally self-sufficient. It's not because you don't need love or companionship, but because you have discovered that you have an inexhaustible source of unconditional love within you. And best of all, you can share that love generously without ever running out. Dear one, you are learning to love without attachment, to care without controlling, and to be present without losing yourself in the presence of others. If I may, I would like to suggest that you write in the comments, I am at peace, I am in light, I am protected. This statement is the milestone of your complete transformation and your new spiritual identity. Now, I will share with you the latest revelations. We understand that your new identity involves responsibilities that go far beyond your immediate family or social circle, and we are here to support you. We want you to be an agent of planetary transformation, someone who actively contributes to the elevation of humanity's collective consciousness through your personal example of overcoming and spiritual growth. Look, this does not mean that you have to become a religious leader or a spiritual teacher in the traditional sense. Dear one, it means that you must live in such a way that your very existence is a living testimony that it is possible to find deep meaning even in the most challenging adversities, that it is possible to keep faith even when all external evidence suggests despair, and that it is possible to love unconditionally even after experiencing devastating losses. Your life will become a true spiritual work of art that will inspire others to discover their own capacities for transformation and transcendence. Through your example, you will be able to educate without resorting to imposition or instruction. Eternal love does not need to be explained. It is enough to see how you continue to honor and celebrate the memory of that special person who has passed away in the coming months and years. You will receive constant confirmation that everything that has been revealed here is true and is manifesting itself in your reality. People will appear on your path to share similar experiences and to confirm it. Your life is reorganizing itself in a very special way, which is not happening by chance. Your dreams will be meaningful and will bring clear messages about the next steps on your journey. The striking synchronicities are a sign that you are being guided by a higher intelligence that takes care of every detail of your existence. And if this spiritual movement has touched your life in any way, if you feel clearer, welcomed, or just a sigh of relief, please click "Thank you very much." This gesture is wonderful. It strengthens this current of light and allows these messages to reach other people who, like you, also needed to awaken to their sacred heritage. The most important confirmation of all will come through the deep peace you will begin to feel. Regarding that loss that once seemed unbearable, it will not be a passive piece of resignation, but an active piece of understanding. In time, you will deeply understand that this person has not left. They have only changed state and continue to participate in your life in an even more intimate and powerful way than when they were physically present. You will discover that you can talk to them through your thoughts and receive answers through your intuition. You will realize that you can ask for guidance in moments of doubt and receive clarity through seemingly random situations that arise. You will always feel accompanied, which will prevent you from ever feeling alone again, dear one. This is the ultimate reality of the inheritance you will receive. You will receive gifts, abilities, and responsibilities. Dear one, receive this message as a gift of an eternal partnership with a soul who now works directly with the higher dimensions. This soul is here to ensure that you have all the support you need to fulfill the mission you took on when you consciously accepted this spiritual transfer. From this day forward, you will walk alone on the paths of earthly life, but you are not alone on this journey. You have a constant presence who knows you so well, who understands your fears and limitations perfectly, who believes fully in your potential, and who is willing to devote all of eternity to helping you become the best version of yourself. Welcome to your new reality. Welcome to your sacred heritage. Welcome to the beginning of a transformative and meaningful journey, dear soul, who has reached the end of this journey of revelations. It is with immense gratitude that I invite you to become part of our spiritual family. We would like to invite you to share in the comments below which part of this message touched you the most and how you intend to honor the heritage that is awakening within you. Your story may be exactly the encouragement someone else needs to recognize their own sacred mission. If you felt that these words came into your life at the exact moment you needed to hear them, then let me tell you that it is a sign that you are on the right path. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving guidance that will accompany you on your transformation process. We are more than an online community. We are a family of awakened souls who support each other on the journey of spiritual growth. We want you to share this video with everyone you love and who also needs to discover the sacred heritage they carry within themselves, you see. Sometimes we are chosen to bring light to those who are still struggling in the shadows of doubt, seeking to understand their value and purpose.